LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are coming here to TD Garden
Let's
on Monday
go.
night for the highly anticipated game against the Boston Celtics. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Josue Pavon. This is a game that all of us were really looking forward to, but now the Celtics are entering the game on a 3-game losing streak, having lost 6 of their last 8. Not exactly the momentum we were expecting this game to have leading up to it. So what do the Celtics need to fix? What are their keys to victory? How do they possibly pull this game out on Monday night?
Defense here. I'm going to say all three, but no, in all seriousness, defense is a huge thing to look at in this one. Of course, health, is Jaylen Brown going to play? Kemba Walker, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be a big part, especially for the Lakers as well. I mean, if Anthony Davis isn't in this game, this is a whole different matchup, or at least in their approach, because what's been crushing the Celtics is obviously the defense, but specifically, in my opinion, the pick and roll. I mean, I just feel like they just find themselves behind, or guys are getting the pick and pop, falling behind screens, guys getting open looks from behind the arc. Like, that just has to stop. You cannot do that against this Lakers team. We all know what LeBron James can do. We know what happened last year when Rajon Rondo hit the game-winning shot. That was a game where the Celtics had a double-digit lead and blew it by the end. And that's something you don't want to see this time around. This team really needs to. This would be a great game for them to sort of get back their swag, if you know what I mean. Like, just to, okay, we beat the Lakers, let's keep this thing going. But it's gonna be an uphill battle. I don't know, Sierra. I'm hoping that they don't catch an L, but they have a really good chance of getting that. We'll see.
I think it'll tell a lot about this locker room and this group, because throughout the first couple months of the season, all the talk was about the chemistry of this group, how close-knit they are. Kemba Walker has been such a great leader, inviting all the players over to his house for holidays and parties, and everyone is supportive of each other. They don't care who goes off on any given night. Well, now they're kind of facing some adversity here. They're on a 3-game losing skid, and they're up against the Western Conference's best team. You're facing LeBron James in your own house. What better stage to kind of get that mojo back and to prove to everyone that chemistry reigns supreme right now than a win over the Lakers? But it does seem pretty far-fetched with the way that this team is defending right now, so lackadaisically. When you're playing LeBron James, it's a little tough to get your mojo back against him.
Right, especially because they play so well in transition, right? And that's what really crushed the Celtics defensively against the Bucks. But no, you're right, and I also want to see these guys hold each other accountable. Brad Stevens is holding his team accountable for what's been going on. He's been doing that even after games that they've won. How many times he's been complaining about the defense? And you look at the numbers, you're like, man, this is one of the top 5, top 6 defensive teams in the NBA. Well, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough for Brad Stevens, and it shouldn't be, because you look at the way these games are being executed, especially when they're playing from behind, and you're not guaranteed to win that way. So I just think it's going to be their approach at the end of the day. But also, I want to see these guys like just kind of hold each other accountable. I'm not saying like screaming at each other on the bench or show flashes of what we saw last season, when somebody else was leading this team. But I want to see guys have more of that attitude, more of that grit. And we do see that, especially in the big time wins. We see this team, rise to the occasion, whether we're talking about the Clippers, whether we're talking about, I guess the Bucks are a bad example. The Raptors, the Sixers, they rise to the occasions, and I think they will. I just don't know if they can pull off a win if this Lakers team is completely healthy, but I also don't know if the Celtics could pull off a win if they're not with someone like Jaylen Brown. I think he's been a big loss for this team on the defensive end.
The health will be a huge factor in this game on both teams.
Definitely. But either way, I am looking forward to it. It's a rivalry here, and LeBron James in Boston again.
TD Garden will be rocking.
It's always fun and always be rocking, and I can't wait to see what happens. And this video is brought to you by Roman. Guys, get over to GetRoman.com/garden for men dealing with erectile dysfunction. This is your free online clinic, a free online visit, and you get 2-day free shipping. I just hooked you guys up. If you haven't already, if you need it, head over to Roman.com/garden.
That's right. And for all of our Celtics coverage leading up to this game, head to our website at CLNSmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at CLNS Media.